YouTube? It's Jonathan here, and I got some new die casts to show you. And they're all in this package. That was a Race Day 2011 reference at the beginning. He always says, "Hey, YouTube," at the beginning of his videos. So, I got 4 new diecast cars to show you. And, like I said, they're all in this beautiful brown package. And let's open it. And I'm going to open it off camera. Okay, so now that the package is opened, let's see what I got. So the first car, I made a custom diecast out of this. Trevor Bayne's Liberty National. I should have gotten his Performance Plus, but I will get it the next time I order cars on eBay. So, this is on the mold that nobody likes, the PTC mold. And I'm going to open it after I show you all the cars. But the next car, Brad Keselowski's Worth. And kind of makes me mad how this car doesn't get ran. Or in other words, it makes me mad how that Brad Keselowski has not ran this car this season. He's been running the paint scheme with the design I'm about to show you right now. He keeps running the Worth car with this design instead of this design. So, that's our second car. The next one, another Kevin Harvick car on a base. Kevin Harvick's Mobile 1. I'm going to compare this to his 2016 Mobile 1 car. And the final car is a car that I really wanted, but never got a chance to get it. Ty Dillon's Geico. I should have gotten this car when Casey Mears was driving it, but I didn't, so I had to use Casey Mears' 2013 car, which is a Ford. And I hope you like my new background. There we go. I'll put this in the front of the pack. So, let's unbox these bad boys. And now back to the review. My dad had to take off the base on this car, so I'm going to review these in number order, starting with Brad Keselowski and his Worth car. One thing that I do like about this car is that it's different. But the only thing that I would fix is make the spoiler black, like it is here. And that's the only thing that I have against this car. Or in other words, that's the only problem that I have with it. The next car, Kevin Harvick, Mobile 1. Like I said, or if I haven't said it already, my dad took the base off of it. He didn't do such a nice job. He scraped the chassis, almost broke it, and if it'll focus, scraped off some of the paint. So that's a bummer, but anyways, it is a nice diecast that my dad kind of ruined. he took it off with a screwdriver instead of pliers. That's what he normally uses to take off bases on die-casts. But other than that, it's a good-looking paint scheme. It looks like Clint Bowyer's. I'm going to compare this to Clint Bowyer's 2017 Mobile 1 paint scheme and Kevin Harvick's 2016 Mobile 1 paint scheme. So, first of all, I'm going to compare it to his 2016, and so obviously this one's a Ford and this one's a Chevrolet. Paint scheme is different. And fun fact, this was the first car that I ever reviewed, if not one of them, but this car was featured in my very first episode of Jonathan Reviews. So this was in my first review. In case you didn't see it, here it is. Came with a hood. And this one came with a base. And the number 4 on this car is blue, obviously, and the number 4 on this car is white on the sides and red on the roof. So I'm going to add it to the pack, which is my new setup, I guess you can say. But here's the next car. It's a nice paint scheme, but it's Trevor Bayne's 2017 Liberty National car that he ran at Atlanta. And they made a mistake. They forgot to put the driver's name on the back windshield, the rear windshield, like they did here. And this car is on the PTC mold, and it recently had another change. The chassis is now black. So when the PTC mold debuted, it had screws and a white chassis. Then when they put Kevin Harvick's Busch Beer car on the PTC mold, they removed the screws and replaced them with rivets. And now the rivets are still there and the chassis is black. So here's a history of the PTC mold, aka the mold that nobody likes. So, whoops. I'm gonna add these to the pack as well, except for Trevor Bayne. I mean, Carl Edwards. And now, I'm going to compare it with the custom diecast that I made. Excuse me. I made this out of Joey Logano's 2013 AAA. No, it's 2017. It's 2013. It's not my best custom, but I did do a good job on it. Tried my best. This is obviously lighter than this version. So there's the custom. I'm going to add it to the pack. And this obviously looks kind of better than the custom. I'm okay with the PTC mold. I don't have anything against it, but Wobble, wobble, wobble. The car's kind of wobbly for some reason. But it is a nice diecast, even though they screwed up on the rear windshield. And now, the car that I'm happy to have, and oh, I almost forgot to compare it. Compare Kevin Harvick's Mobile 1 car with Clint Boyer's Mobile 1 car. It's the same paint scheme, except this one is blue, number 14, red number. This one is red, number 4, blue number. I'll add it to the pack as well. And here is the car that I'm happy to have. Ty Dillon's 2017 Geico Chevrolet. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And now let's compare it to Casey Mears' 2013 car. I do have his 2012 car. So, M&A Productions told me a fact about this paint scheme. It is the same paint scheme as Tony Stewart's Bass Pro Shops car from 2013. I think 2013. And I do have that car. Let me go get it real quick. So, here they are. And believe it or not, there was a paint smudge over on top of the grill. Right here. But, excuse me, I covered that with a Sharpie. And kind of similar. Well, the paint schemes are the same, except for the colors. I don't know why they couldn't make their own paint scheme instead of copy this paint scheme, but I'm going to add these two to the pack. So, it is a nice looking car. I wish they didn't have to copy that car. And I wanted it the most because I failed to get it when Casey Mears was driving it. And there it is. Hope you all enjoyed it. This is Jonathan signing out. Goodbye. Have a nice day.